Is apple cider vinegar good for intermittent fasting? Should you have it while you're fasting? Should you have it once you break your fast? When should you have it? How much should you have, and why? Today, I'm gonna cover all of these questions so you totally have an understanding of why, when, and how much apple cider vinegar you should be using when you're fasting. So let's get started. If you've seen my video on the benefits of apple cider vinegar, you already know that apple cider vinegar has a ton of health benefits. It helps with digestion, it helps with inflammation, weight loss, reducing your appetite, insulin sensitivity, better digestion, it lowers cholesterol, and a ton more. And if you've seen my video on what I eat in a day with intermittent fasting, you've also seen me utilize apple cider vinegar during the day to help control my appetite. I've used ACV in my weight loss journey along with intermittent fasting, and I found the combination of the two to be very helpful. If you're looking into whether or not intermittent fasting or ACV are gonna be the right fit for you, the first thing to really ask yourself is, what is your goal? Are you looking to burn stored fats, increase your insulin sensitivity, lose weight, or reduce your risk of diabetes? Then ACV and intermittent fasting are a great idea. In fact, there are several studies that have shown that apple cider vinegar can help to reduce your weight even without any dietary changes. That means just incorporating apple cider vinegar on a daily basis without changing any of your normal food intake will help you to lose weight. And it does this by helping to control our blood sugar levels. And that is something that's very important because it reduces your need for increasing your insulin levels, which helps you reduce your risk of diabetes. ACV also helps to improve your digestion because it helps to alter the acid levels in your stomach. And ultimately, that's helpful because it helps you absorb more nutrients. Plus, a major benefit that aligns with both ACV and intermittent fasting is to increase your general insulin sensitivity, reduce your risk of diabetes, and lower and stabilize your blood sugar levels. So the combination of the two is a really good option. So one of the most common questions I get is, when is the best time to have ACV, especially if you're fasting? So from my own experience and from research, the answer to this is there are a couple times that having ACV are very beneficial. The first time is right before you break your fast. So when you're in a fasted state, your blood glucose levels are pretty stable. That's the whole point of that fasted state. So when you have your first meal and you break your fast, your blood sugar levels are gonna definitely increase, and pretty dramatically as well, because you've been fasting for a longer period. And this can ultimately lead to a slight shock to your system if you just go and you eat a bunch of food. But since you know that ACV can help stabilize your blood glucose levels, what you can do is actually have some ACV before breaking your fast. And the reason why we want our blood sugar levels to be stabilized is that we want to maintain our weight, we want to keep burning stored fats, and we also want to reduce any mood changes or energy changes from different levels of blood glucose. So just simply diluting a little bit of ACV, typically 1 to 2 tablespoons, into a large glass of water before breaking your fast and having that, finishing it, and then eating your meal, that is a great way to then later stabilize your blood sugar levels after you've eaten. If you find after a fast that you have a lot of energy and then it crashes a little bit, this will also help to reduce that, because having more stable blood sugar levels, I mean, you're not gonna have such highs and lows with your energy as well. So just having that 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in your water is all you need before your meal, and that's a great time to have it. If you wanna make your drink a little bit more pizzazzy, I have a recipe in my anti-inflammatory drinks that is an ACV elixir, which has a few extra ingredients in there. It makes it a little bit more fun. You wanna check that out. And I know a lot of you have asked and are curious about ACV pills and whether or not those work the same. Personally, I've never used them. I hear that people use them and they have benefits. However, there's no standard dosage. There's no real recommendations from the FDA. So as far as ACV pills are concerned, they can be kind of a question mark, and oftentimes other ingredients are added into them. It's not just pure ACV. So if you can, if you're able to handle it, having the 1 to 2 tablespoons a day in a glass of water is the best way, and is the only way that's really been well researched. But feel free to share in the comments below if they've worked for you, and if you have any research you'd like to share. I wasn't able to find any. So another time that having ACV during intermittent fasting is very beneficial, which you've seen in my What I Eat in a Day, is during your fast. ACV does not break your fast, so it is a great thing to have while you're fasting as well. I have it diluted in some water, or I have my ACV elixir, which also doesn't break your fast, during my fasted state to help me feel less hungry, improve my fat burning capabilities, and to kind of just allow me to keep fasting a little bit longer. After I finish that drink, I don't feel hungry, so I find it as a really valuable tool if I'm having some hunger pangs to have that drink, and then I can move on with my fast. Plus, there's a ton of vitamins and nutrients in ACV, like B1, B2, B6, folic acid, and vitamin C, and all of that really helps to support your body and your immune system during your fast. To increase your results with intermittent fasting, check out my guide on intermittent fasting for women, and I will see you in the next video.